Hello and welcome to the first vlog. My name is Iris. I am a postdoctoral research associate at the University of Leeds, where I study mainly geodynamics and seismology. And I thought I would give you a little insight into what it is like to be a postdoc. Because when I was young, I didn't know what a postdoc was. I didn't know what a postdoc did. I still don't know what a postdoc does. But I just want to share the things that researchers do, basically, or, attempt to do. Because we are just making it up as we are going along. At least I am. Maybe my colleagues are better, probably. So I thought for everyone out there who is questioning what the hell a postdoc is, this is the February vlog. Hello! It is my actual first day back after a really rather long holiday. I have 389 emails, of which 89 are paper alerts. So what I do every month is making a to-do list for that month. Okay, I just finished my first day back. I just made a to-do list. Now I am motivated, so I should make the best of that. Probably I have a way too ambitious to-do list. February 2021, postdoc project and job hunting. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what future Iris will say and how successful I've been. Well, I don't have very good news for you. I certainly did something. So this is a to-do list at the beginning of the month. Yes, I color code my projects. Do you have a problem with that? And this is the ta-da list at the end of the month. Again, color coded because colors are fun. Green means that I did it. Great, amazing, I achieved something. Orange means that I started it or I'm working on it at the moment. And then red means that it kind of slipped my mind and it was way too ambitious to begin with. Whoops! The amount of things on the to-do list changed during the month as well. I start out the month with an idea and then things just pop up. I get asked to do things, so that's why there's more things at the end of the month than at the beginning, which is annoying, but the reality of life. The main thing this month was to work on my postdoc project, which I call temperature-dependent parameters, and then hopefully by the end of March, April, we will have a finished manuscript, a first draft. So that was the main goal, kind of succeeded. The other main goal that I think every postdoc in the world ever will have to deal with is finding another job. Turns out finding another job is a full-time job in itself. Like, you need to do a lot of things for these applications. So yeah, that's a big portion of my month, and one of the things that I did was apply for a fellowship for the first time ever. So I'm currently finalizing my application for a fellowship. I don't know if anyone else has this. This is common, but all the reasons why I'm not good for the job stick inside my mind. I can think of so many people who would be better, but I want a job as well. So, need to put aside all those feelings. The files are too big to upload. So I'm gonna spend time figuring that out. It is later and I think I'm going to submit my first fellowship application. Still very scared. Send document. Okay, I guess. Let me screenshot this. Just in case things go wrong. I guess we'll wait and see. Fingers crossed. I have a lot of collaborative projects as well where I'm not the lead, so I usually have those on my to-do list to remind myself that I probably need to help them, or I have some kind of Skype meeting scheduled at some point. Another thing that happened is that one of my papers got rejected from a journal. And in true YouTuber style, I vlogged it and I was very dramatic. My paper was just rejected. And I did not see it coming. Reviewer 2 has some issues. Reviewer 2. Basically, they think that the paper is too technical. My paper, too technical. I don't know how we're going to continue from this. Maybe future me is an idea. Here's a thought. Stop being so dramatic. It's a rejected paper. That happens to everyone all the time. It's academia. You will be rejected countless of times. I had a little moan about it, and since then I got over it pretty quickly actually. I had a very nice talk with my co-authors. We discussed a plan of submitting it to a different journal. I'm working on that now. I should work on that. This is the to-do for March, right? We don't have to discuss that here. And then in more work news, well, I will let past Iris tell you all about it. A professor just emailed me. Okay. Like, they know that I exist and they like the paper. One day a paper is rejected, and then another day someone actually likes another paper. So hold on to that. I'm in a good mood today, can you tell? I am applying for this fellowship. On the website of this fellowship, they specifically requested that all the references should post their reference to them, which in the current climate is just very difficult because they also put a deadline on it, especially with international post from the UK. I mean, who knows when it's going to arrive, right? After some back and forth and the fellowship conceded, you can send an email with the signed PDF. And then all my references, and there's 3, came back to me in the email when I told them, with the same joke of Germany finally arriving in the 21st century. I love professors. I just like scientists. We're all the same. We're all making the same stupid jokes. And everyone thinks they're funny, me included. I'm such a nerd. It also snowed this month. How exciting. It was actually very beautiful, but also very windy, so it was super cold. It did result in some very nice vistas. Now, in terms of other things I enjoyed this month, there were a lot of things. Turns out, you can be passionate about research and other things as well. I know, it was a shock to me as well. In terms of reading, I have been reading The Lord of the Rings this month. I actually read The Fellowship of the Ring. It was a book club pick of the month. I've read it once before and then I was kind of meh about it, but now I really enjoyed the ride. I recommend it. I mean, probably I'm the last person on earth to read these things, but it's nice. And then the other book that I started to read is The Two Towers. I'm not that far in, maybe 100 pages, and I'm really enjoying it as well so far. I usually read a lot more, but towards the end of February, like now, I'm kind of in a deadline-induced panic about work, so I'm not spending any time reading, even though the book club for The Two Towers is literally tomorrow. Sorry, book club. I have failed you once again. Enjoying it so far. There was also a quote by Aragorn that I thought might have hinted at the fact that he has done a PhD. Let me read it to you. There are some things that it is better to begin than to refuse, even though the end may be dark. Now, we all know how dark the end of a PhD can get. Aragorn. Smart guy. Then TV shows. Was kind of hard to avoid Bridgerton. Woo! Binged it very quickly. Some would say it's a bit of a guilty pleasure, and I would agree with that. But I would also like to contest the guiltiness of this pleasure, because with my anime friend, we watched Vampire Night, and also the second season, which is literally called Vampire Night Guilty. Vampire Night is like the ultimate guilty pleasure. It doesn't get guiltier than that. There's basically a love triangle going on between Yugi, Zero, Yugi, Zero, and then there's also Kaname-senpai. It's ridiculous, but it is fun. And then since we finished Vampire Night and Vampire Night Guilty very quickly, we are now watching the second season of My Hero Academia, which is also lovely. Last TV recommendation is Midnattssol, which I'm probably pronouncing very badly. Swedish/French detective series, and it is amazing. It's one of the best detective series I've watched in a long time. There is also a tiny geology storyline, so if you're like really into the geology, geophysics, which you might be because you're watching this vlog, definitely check out Midnattssol. And then lastly, something that took up a lot of my time was Zelda Breath of the Wild. I don't really like video games, as in I don't play video games at all, ever, but my sister does, and I gave her a Zelda Breath of the Wild. Turns out it's very fun. That was the month of February for me. Oh, this was the month that I started YouTube, of course. You've noticed. You're watching YouTube now. Hi. Yeah, I started YouTube because clearly for my to-do list, I have nothing else to do. Yeah, I really don't have time to do YouTube. I hope that this postdoc insight is helpful for some people. All my colleagues can look at me and be like, I'm doing a way better job. I'm much more productive. You're welcome. I'm providing this essential service to you. Now you don't have to feel bad. Thank you very much for watching. I really should get on with my March to-do list because that to-do list is very long and now there's actual deadlines attached to it. And then I will see you next month. And in the meantime, please enjoy my attempts at comedy on this channel. Videos every Sunday. I will see you soon. Bye! I hope that worked. First of all, there was the winter wonder weather. Winter wonder weather. Winter wonder weather. We had a lovely day of snow.